to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. That's including the ice wall. Come on. Let's get it. Mama said there'll be days just like this.
What more do you want from me, Spartans? Prepare for glory.
Come on with it. Yep. Let's get it. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about a jailhouse rock to the window, to the wall? Come on with it. Come on with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and Riggs!
Are you shitting me?
And one. Come on with it. Come on with it, baby. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Yeah. All right, so Jerry Wayne Jones. You know, people still carrying water for him too, though, by the way. They carrying all type of water for Jerry. Man, they saying that, you know, hey, Law, he's innocent before you can say anything. He's innocent until proven guilty. But Jonathan Majors, you know, he was guilty before proven innocent, you know. You know how that goes. You know, Jonathan Majors, that brother is guilty, you know. And we saw that video. He was running like Prefontaine. He was running like Forrest Gump. But that's a whole nother conversation. You know, when you have the money, the power, you get a little bit of that respect. You know, that's how that goes. Money, power, respect.
What's your point?
Yes, indeed. So with that being said, Jerry, we're going to talk about it. You know, come on with it. You mean Jerry Clown, right? You know, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Shout out to you. J-May, Jerry, that brother is guilty. But we hope all is well. He's been fighting this case for a long time, not a short time, since 2018. I wonder if those people that was on their radio station where they interview the lady, you know, where they interview her team, her lawyers, the people, where they interview her, or that's not newsworthy, you know. It's always something dealing with the Joneses outside of football, right? Football. But, you know, it got Jerry in the prison jumpsuit, you know what I'm saying, talking about, hey, who's going to clean my dishes, you know, put money on my books. He'll have still Will McClay putting money on the books and stuff. That would be crazy, right? But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. I'm just trying to pull up my while I'm trying to pull this up, let me do it this way. I'm gonna try to pull up my and sync my my viewerships here with my live. So bear with me. We're live on multiple outlets. Shout out to Facebook. Shout out to the Kick app. Appreciate you guys so much for your support. And while we're here, you guys can hear my voice. So I'm just trying to do more than one things at once. But we're going to get to the Osa comment, too, and what he should do and what will happen, what should happen with Osa, and how this could all be prevented there. But when you move slowly, you get those things, right? And let me get this together, man. All of this stuff is crazy. All right, so I got it here. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Appreciate y'all's support. It states here, trial in assault lawsuit against Cowboys owner Jerry Jones is delayed from March the 3rd to August the 11th. He's accused of kissing a woman on the mouth, and forcefully grabbing her at a home game. So he was like, get over here, give me this girl. Go Cowboys. We going to the playoff. That was the last time we was in the playoff back in those times, 2018. Now, that's a long time to be that's a long time and a lot of weight to be heavy on your head, right? And there's something that got to be going on for them to continue to fight this. Most people say, hey, just throw me a few dollars here and we escape from that, But this situation and scenario has been going for a long time. And we hope that whoever's innocent be found innocent and whoever's guilty be found guilty. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Freaky Jerry,
What's your point?
Hey, well, Jerry, you can't call Frenkel on this one. But neither here nor there. The main topic of the hour will be Osa. Shout out to my guy, Dom White. Appreciate him. He put out this earlier this morning that possibly Osa is going to be north of $20 million. If you want Osa to stay, ladies and gentlemen, put Osa in the chat. If you want Osa to go, you don't have to put anything, or you can just say, hey, it's over with for him. The Cowboys definitely don't value the Cowboys definitely don't value interior guys. They haven't valued that spot in a long time. They tried to make an urge and a push for it with Mozzie, but the last interior guys that we had to make some noise was Jason Hatchett. He had 12 sacks in one season. To a degree, you can say Jay Ratliff. He was a guy that was very forceful inside. Leroy Glover, and then there was Russell Maryland. Those are our guys, man. So it's been a long time, man, since we really had interior guys. And one can argue 3 techs is different from 1 tech and these sorts of things, and we just need some help inside. You win down in the trenches, right? You win, lose down in the trenches. And that's part of the situation there. Brandy, you fixed it, girl. Oh, yeah, you fixed it. I get my notifications back. Knock the rings in there. Also, we ain't got it, Yeah, other people would be saying right now,
Take the money out, all of it. Come on. You're wasting my time now. Come on.
Come on. Yeah, come on. And this comes from the $21 million. That's his market value. And where they come up with this number, let me tell y'all, stay tuned to these particular information. They come up with this number based off of a 3-year, $62 million contract that will put him at the 12th rank as it relates to all of the defensive tackles here. But you have these guys that's similar of age and productivity. Dexter Lawrence, Kenny Clark, Christian Barmore, shout out to them, Roll Tide, and Aleem McNeil. So that's where they coming up with this. Osa is still young. He's about 26. So Dexter Lawrence is the creme de la creme of that. And then Aleem McNeil is at the bottom of that. So you have to wedge somewhere. Because they don't just pull these numbers out of nowhere, by the way. They pull these numbers from somewhere. And with that being said, what are you guys thinking? Brandy says she wish she had it, and we all wish we had it over here. The Cowboys operate on their own time as it relates to money. The only way, and this goes back to any conversation we've been having in the past about the money aspect of it, the only way, Cowboy Nation, that you can get Osa at a cheaper rate, a cheaper value in general, basically, if you signed the brother a year prior. You could have signed him up the year before. Now, it's a little risque, but that's the whole point of when you say you like your guys, then you pay your guys early if you want your guy. Now, I got the thing that the Cowboys will do, and they will do this right here. They will try to make an attempt and say, hey, Osa, if you really like playing with the silver and blue and the star on the side of your helmet, we would get you for, let's say, $6. We got $6, man. That's all we got. $6 million, man, and we can work this out. Then Osa going to look the Cowboys in their eyes and say, he going to literally look them in the eye. True story.
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me?
And he said, yeah, we're not doing that. We don't have $21 million. We got $6 though, man. We can give you that. And then there will be a few Cowboy people that's toting the water. Also, you trash, man. He's worthless, man. He ain't good, man. He ain't worth no $20 million now. No, he might worth $20, but not $20 million, man. It's the same cycle. Rex! Yeah. Most teams, if you can't utilize and use them, it's better to get rid of the player 2 years prior versus 2 years too late. Now, you can either do this. You could have absolutely put them on a trading blocks last season if you knew you wasn't going to use them for this season and beyond. And now you would have been ahead of him. It's somebody who would have liked to date Osa, right? But they never put those in perspective because the front office is lazy. Ain't this right, Toxic Tom? But we got $20, Yeah, we got $20 in a situation that Osa had 3 different coordinators in 3 different years. And so many people say, hey, man, he's trash. Rex! Yeah. Dexter Lawrence is making 22. Osa ain't worth 20. And I feel you. Dexter Lawrence didn't get paid in this market. The market moves upwards. It don't move downwards. Unless you're a running back. Running back market, it'll move down a little bit. Everybody else move upwards. But the play for the Cowboys would be 2 ways. 2 plays that they can play right now, and it's the 2 games that we've been in. One being, they absolutely sign Osa. And then they come back with their hat in hand, Cowboy Nation, and they say, hey, we would look at other free agent guys, but we had to pay Osa, and we couldn't get no one. But we did sign someone, and his name is Osa. And they can use him as the scapegoat on not signing anyone, right? That's been their playing cards, right? Hey, we would love to sign other players, but we've been working on this deal tirelessly, and we've been working day and night to sign Osa, and he's our guy, and we like our guys, and we sign Osa. Therefore, we can't go out there and get more and more weapons, more and more pieces. That's been their calling card. Either that or the other side of it is that they will let Osa go, and by them being cheaply and understanding that if they don't sign no one, and if they lose a player in the free agency, they got this thing called comp picks, baby. Oh my gosh, they live off of those comp picks. Ooh, don't nothing get the Jones family up like a comp pick. They will comp him all the way and say, hey, we will sit on this and say, hey, we will wait till next year Let Osa go, and they'd be rooting for him. Come on, get them sacks because that improves the comp picks, right? I think you can get all the way up to a third-round draft pick based off of the production. So Osa can weeble wobble all the way to the Commanders, get 8 sacks, 10 sacks. He probably get one of those things. And then all of a sudden, we be rubbing our hand like, to get them comp picks. It's the same story, same song and dance. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it goes that way, ladies and gentlemen. Out of those two choices, because now we're at the mercy seat of paying this kid $21 million. Let me pull it, $21 million, right? And looking at his stats, 5 sacks last season, 3 sacks the season before, 4 sacks before that time frame, and 2 sacks. But in the last 3 seasons, he had 3 different defensive coordinators, right? Well, he finna have another defensive coordinator now, right? Yeah, 2 different coordinators, right? Or was it 3? Yeah, 2 different coordinators. No? Yeah, 3 different coordinators. 2 different coordinators. He finna have a third one now if he stays with this team. There's no levels of consistency here. My math got unmathed on that one. Appreciate y'all's support. But on to the next one, the next news for your mind will be legendary Lawrence Taylor. I'm rehashing what my video said this morning. Is Lawrence Taylor wants Micah Parsons to stop podcasting and focus on football. He's a great player, but guys, let's do more. Let's play more football and less podcasting. And there are a whole heap of people who are saying out here that basically, look at that pot talking about the kettle. Or the kettle talking about the pot, Look at him. Why is Lawrence Taylor giving him advice, Could he stop? Woo! We some crazy dogs, Can he stop giving advice? My granddad used to say, do as I say, don't do as I do, I would say this, though. If your team podcast Parsons, put PP in the chat. Podcast Parsons, Podcast Parsons. Come on, PP in the chat. If you anti-podcast Parsons, just put, N11 or something like that. No 11. I just want Parsons to be focused and level-headed and do his things. I think that Parsons is by far, he's still a generationally talented person, right? Even though he run his mouth and give extra added things to this particular situation, and we can't get away from it. Parsons is him. Parsons is flat out him, and I would rather have him on my side versus not on my side, right? And you put an anti in there. No, N, right? And you can see when you look at the tape and you turn it on, you can see the teams rally and they try to figure out ways to stop number 11. Nobody's out there game planning on the other players on this team. They're looking at number 11, right? So all I can say is with LT, people will be a fool to dismiss what he say because of what his transgressions are. He got a gold jacket and ring. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a different story if he never had the gold jacket and he was one of those people that wasted and squandered his career, right? And that's not the case nor the scenario. His intentions are great for Michael Parsons. They're not saying that they are bad for him. Take what you want. My granddad with a 3rd grade education, was a very brilliant and smart guy. When he say things, I'm listening, right? Because I know for sure. He done been there, done that, seen it, and a whole bunch of other stuff. You'll be a fool not to take advice from a person that already got things that you haven't accomplished yet. Gold jacket, a ring, a Super Bowl champ, right? They got legacies and beyond. Played longer in the NFL than you have played at this point, you know. So LT was what Micah aspires to be. Yeah, so I'm not going to dismiss what LT said because of his transgressions and his pitfalls. It'll be crazy, right? You know. So that's all I'm going to say with that. Jalen Battle became a member. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for your support, man, for your love and everything.
Take the money out! All of it! Come on!
LT back on the booger sugar. Well, hey, that's just his advice. I used to like the Hodge twins when they say at the end of the day, when they do the workout things and they telling you about the microbes and they telling you about the max and the calories and stuff like that and what you can do to get better shape. And they say, at the end of their videos, I used to like the Hodge twins. They still may do videos, you know. They say, man, this is just my advice. And you can do whatever the you want to do. Who remember them boys, man? Them boys funny as all get out, man. Yeah. So I like that, you know, but what we want out of Parsons, is it overanalyzed to a degree in modern day football? Yes, because Parsons could be on that booger sugar too. You know, Parsons could be a person that's out there trying to race people in the streets barefooted, right? He could be the person out there shooting dice and all of this stuff, stabbing people, stabbing other people and everything like that in the strip club. He could be one of those things, you know, but he is a guy that loves football. I think that Parsons, hear me out, I think that Parsons is not a Cowboys football guy for the legacy and beyond for the Cowboys. He's a player's guy. So he would look at a person on the other team and he would say, yeah, I like this guy. And the way, excuse my French, way he sucked off the kid that played football for, dare I say, the Washington team. I'm sitting here like, damn, man, can you stop talking about him? You're giving this man too much praise. Too much. The kid just only played 1 year. Jaden Daniels, you know, God dog, man, you don't have to elevate and talk so glowingly of the ops. You know, you supposed to say, hey, when we see you, we're going to destroy you. You might as well be in the wheelchair prematurely. Because at the end of the day, we don't like the new modern day thing, you know. Magic knew that Jordan was going to be great, but he didn't say it while they were playing, right? And, you know, Bird knew that Magic. They fought each other even from when college all the way to the pros, right? So it's just a different era of football that we are not used to, and I don't like it. And I'm just from the old school, you know. Yes, indeed, I'm from the old school. I'm old enough to be his father, so it's just crazy, you know, when you seeing a player, and it's good. It's good for people to acknowledge, but not during the season. That's all we were saying. We all knew that Prime was good, but you didn't hear Michael Irvin saying, yeah, before he played Prime. Yeah, you didn't hear those things, you know. I'm between law, you know, I'm in between law. This is for my guy Leon. Yeah. He says, for the podcast, I think it's time and the place. Parsons also need to think before he speak. And
Take the money out!
You know, here's the thing. This is supposed to be a gladiator sport. NFL stands for not for long, right? And we're seeing at an all-time high. And there's nothing wrong with this, by the way. I don't want to lose out on all of the sponsors, but I'm just going to talk about this. You know, we've seen that now all of a sudden we're supposed to be this accepted community of all, right? Fellas, if you want to get painted fingernails, then lo and behold, get painted fingernails. Yeah. What's that company giving the Roll Tide young kid? They gave him an NIL agreement for like $2 to $3 million just to paint his fingernail. He got his own line of fingernail paint. Like, all money ain't good money, but yeah, somebody say, man, $2 to $3 million. Come on, Law, you can't be look, Law, you can't lie to kick it, man. Somebody right now. What's up? You know, oh man, Law, we finna give you $3 million to paint your fingernails, and have it on the show. I have my daughters in here with their painted fingernails, but I ain't finna go that low. You know what I'm saying? Just the things that guys don't supposed to do with football. It's just things that like, Law, you lying, man. You gonna turn down that $2-3 million? Well, I don't know, man. Come on, man. Don't mess up the money, Law. Too late. It's too late to apologize. Trip Aces said, I'll paint my toes. Trip Aces would be in there with a pink. Oh my God, Trip Aces would have a whole pink leotard on. This is the Trip Aces podcast brought to you by Chanel's. Yeah, baby. Yeah. So, hey, man, but there's a lot of people can be bought and sold, but hey, this is how it is. Ain't that right? What did he say?
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag?
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping.
Well, hey, y'all send me that offer deal first then. Let's see what can happen. Come on. Yeah. I'll have fuchsia nails over here. Come on with it. Send me that offer. I might renege. Yeah. What do you say? Law! Law got the painted nails over here live on TV. One of these ninjas would do it for less. But no, man, But at the end of the day, beyond all of that bullshit, this is the new modern day football, right? And we're seeing it right in front of our eyes. That's how the Diddy get them victims. Yup. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. Nate Davies says, you already wearing a chain. Yeah, break every chain. But see, a chain like this, even though it's plastic, it's not real. You know what I'm saying? It still denotes masculinity, right? It's not like, now, if the day y'all see Law Nation with a bowrat and a choker on, then y'all need to be like, man, Law done sold. Law done sold himself. Law is not going to wear a choker. And I won't wear bowrats in the head unless my daughter come over here and say, Law, it's time for tea time. And, I did sit down on a little tea chair, and if you got daughters, they're going to make you wear teas, and they will paint your fingernails. But it's going to be a whole nother reason behind it. Yeah, long nail Law, pause. But neither here nor there. My stance on franchise tag still stay the same. The Cincinnati Bengals, they're about to franchise tag, or if not, they already franchise tag T. Higgins. And Mama Higgins said selfish bastards, if we can stretch that out so we don't get no yellow markers. That is a horrid situation. You can't spread no prorate that money out. And you will be figuring out things that you are still in the same boat that you were with last season. Because players, although $25 million, I believe that's the franchise tag, is a lot of money to you and I. Ooh, baby. $25 million can change a lot, of people's thoughts and mindsets to a thing. But to the player, it shows that you're not committed to them. It shows that you still have reservations to them. They want something long-term, and they want something that they can go back to and say, hey, I'm at least going to be here for the next 3 to 4 years. Nobody want the one to year type of contracts. And on top of that, it doesn't give them the right mindset, and it hurts the team more than it helps the team. The only time franchise tags really helps the team is when you're just trying to secure a person, and you put them on the franchise tag, and you work the deal out, and then you remove the franchise tag once you get the deal done. But that's a whole nother conversation for the nation. Send T over here. This is from Jalen Battles. But the only thing is we don't have $25 million that we are willing to spend on T. Higgs because we can barely spend money on our own, And that's the thing. We don't have those type of cash. We can barely pay for our own. That's why we don't dance around in free agency. $25.4 million, that's a lot of coins, right? And the Cowboys just don't do those type of things. Shout out to you, Dak on Filthy. Appreciate you, man. Hit the like, hit the share button, subscribe to this content if you so desire. There's been an update. Shout out to Spectrum. There's been an update on our cash. I need to figure out who we spent that money on. But it went up. It didn't go down. And I guess these were the new hires we done signed as far as those futures contracts. And I guess it hit the books. We are not only $2.8 million in the hole now. We are $4.5 million. Let me repeat. We are $4.5 million in the hole. And that's one deep of a hole there, ladies and gentlemen. That's one spot that we don't want to be in. And we're going to have to renegotiate, restructure some contracts, and get things moving. If not, then we'll be on the same situation that we were with before that time frame. The richest franchise, but have a 9 and 5 people job problems. That's because we spend majority of our time so much in the news for the wrong reasons. That's why we are where we at. We are not doing the things that we supposed to do. And the Cowboys, in order for us to get out of this mud, this stick in the mud, even though this is the first day you can put players on a franchise tag all the way up to the March the 4th is the deadline. I better not see not one player on the franchise tag. We better not hear one player being on the franchise tag at all. We better not. And the way this goes, ladies and gentlemen, because we got multiple shows today, and I want to be able to get the phone lines going and everything moving and grooving for you guys. But before we go there, I want to tell you guys, be sure to know that, the whole conversational pool, of the Cowboys being America's team is that we're going to give you the heat, whether or not you love it or hate it. And let me pull this up right quick, and I appreciate y'all, man, so much for your support. There's been a guy who threw rocks and then tried to hide them, And he tried to blame us for the way the Cowboys move, and we called him out on it because he the one switched sides. And he the one that said, hey, he's going to join the damn Lions and stuff like that and expect for us to be happy about it. No, because the moment we start to win, he's going to try to jump back in. And his name is Michael Fabiano. And let's listen to what he had to cry about.
Yo, what's up, everybody? So I've been getting so many messages from Cowboys fans who are just so mad at me. It's really weird because I was a Cowboys fan for 43 years. But I got a question for Cowboys fans out there. Why are you mad at me? Why are you mad at me? Why aren't you mad? Why aren't you mad at Jerry Jones? Why aren't you mad at the Dallas Cowboys organization? Why? This team has done nothing but lose.
Well, tell Crybaby to lean forward just a little bit. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we can be mad at Jerry. We can be happy at Jerry. We can be upset at Jerry. We can be proud of Jerry. But for one thing for sure, two things for certain. When we say DC for life, it's for life. We ain't finna jump sides. A third of us was fans of this team before Jerry Jones bought the team. So tell him to lean forward. Yeah. Yeah. Come on with it.
In the playoffs for 30 years, when it's gotten there. And we've gone through Dave Campo, and we've gone through Chan Galen, and we've gone through Wade Phillips, and we've gone through Jason Garrett. Now you're going to have to go through Brian Schottenheimer, who is maybe the biggest puppet of them all. What has Jerry done? Outside of hiring Jimmy Johnson, everything else that he's done has been wrong. Now, have they made a good draft pick or two here and there? Yeah. The Cowboys fell into CeeDee Lamb. They fell into Micah Parsons. Those were no-brainers. They had fallen in the drafts.
What they got to do with your allegiance, though. People fail to realize, let me tell y'all the proper way to fan. You can still be mad at the team decision. Who's right now saying, man, F the Mavs, man, I'm going to be a Laker fan, right? Because they got rid of Luka. No, you still a Mav fan if you're a Mav fan. Even though they got rid of your prize choice or your favorite toy. You ain't finna just abandon the Mavs if you're a diehard Mavs fan. You had no control of that, and Luka had no control of that. You can't despise and spit upon Luka. He just woke up one day or while the game was going on and he heard news that he getting traded, right? So that's the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. We got no control of it, right? But if you're a diehard fan, you're a diehard fan. You ain't a bandwagoner, and this guy is a bandwagoner.
He traded a fourth for Trey Lance. He traded a fourth for Jonathan Mingo. He traded Amari Cooper for a fifth. He gave up too much for Joey Galloway. He gave up too much for Roy Williams. And who have the Cowboys signed as a free agent? Brandon Carr in the last 10 years? He said he's all in. He didn't do anything. And they had a bad draft. Why aren't you mad? You spend the money on tickets. You spend the money on stadium hot dogs and beers, and everything's ridiculously overpriced. Why aren't you mad? Why? Why are you mad at me?
I can't listen to no more of this guy. But I just want to let y'all know, those fans right there got no sympathy. And then he probably be part of the issue why we lose it, too. Because he jumped ship, went over there to the Detroit Lions, and the Lions got ran through. We need more and more of those fans that's fickle to jump ship. Maybe the ship can sail a whole lot better without all of that loose weight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. With the unwarranted weight. Get off the ship, baby. Come on with it. Yeah, Mavs about to move to Vegas, unfortunately. But if you're a Mavs fan, you're going to be like, well, shoot, that's my team. They moved to Vegas. That's why I always wondered about Eastside Harold. Is he really, I don't know where he at now, though. Is he a Titans fan, or he a Houston Oilers fan, or he a Texan fan? How did that work, But don't be switching sides, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm getting at with all of this. And with that being said, we have been seeing more and more devastating news of planes falling out of the sky. And I don't know what the cost of that. Maybe, the coordinates is not there anymore.
Has been an incident involving a Delta Airlines flight into Toronto. Flight 4819 appears to have flipped over following landing. The Toronto Pearson Airport released a statement on X saying, quote, emergency teams are responding. All passengers and crew are accounted for. The flight originated from Minneapolis, St. Paul. Breaking news.
All right, so that's a plane crash there. I had another video, but I can't put that on there. The airways without getting it flagged. That video was wild. But if you somehow was on that plane and you in that area, you in that directions, and whether you out of state, in state, across the state, by the state, or heard of the state, and you was somewhere close to it, I need for you guys to reach out to our partners and just make that phone call.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
That's 214 or 817-333, and all of the threes you can dial. And if somehow, you are in a weird spot and you can't dial that number, but you still have Wi-Fi, go to frenkelfirm.com and you will get a chance to reach out to someone with over 100 years of combined experiences. On top of that, ladies and gents, they are located in the heart of Dallas. So if you need to know anything and everything about your claim or pretty much things that you need to sort out, reach out to them. They got unbelievable team. And this show is also brought to you by FrankelFirm.com. Appreciate them. Be sure to reach out to them, even if you are in the Gulf of America. I heard there's no longer Gulf of Mexico no longer exists. It just wake up one day, it's Gulf of America. 657-390-7391 is my hotline for your mind. If you want to get something off your chest, call me right now on that line, and we can talk about free agent guys. We can talk about what we're going to do with our negative $4 that we have in our account, and we'll see what we can do from here. Appreciate everybody for jumping in on this particular episode. I got the first caller without hesitation nor deviation to the matter from the 304. You're live on the nation, brought to you by FrankelFirm.com. Talk to me, man.
What's good, Law? What's good, Law?
Not much, bro.
Hey, look, I said it once and I say it again. the team, the coaching staff that we have actually assembled, right, is it's not too bad. It's not too bad. You got to have one or the other if you're going to have a bunch of young guys, and I think this is how they're going to go. You can't have subpar coaches with a bunch of young guys,
right,
and expect them to do anything. So if you have a decent to great coaches, they can coach up the young guys, but you can't have both.
Right.
If you're gonna have subpar coaches, your Jason Garrett's of the world, your Mike McCarthy's of the world,
right,
you're gonna need vets, strong vets that are going to actually go out there and they're going to say, all right, we already know he's full of shit, and we need to go ahead and do what we need to do because we want to win. So,
right.
With that being said, I think we have a good coaching staff / I'm in the middle with it.
Right.
But you still have to go out here and you got to make moves in this off season. If they don't make moves in this off season, we're going to repeat this year again.
I agree. If we spool around and we see the exact same thing that we've been seeing last season, but with just on Eric Kendricks, right? And I can't even go get the damn pitcher of Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? You get the pitcher and the ice and the spoon and the packages. I can't even do that because it'll be more the same. They got to figure out a way to finagle the contracts, move some money around, and sign more than one guy.
Yeah, and it's real interesting that Jerry even stepped out and said that, and he put Steven on spot. So it's kind of interesting. They're literally going back and forth. You can tell the son and father are going back and forth behind the closed doors because one doesn't agree with the other. Jerry never agreed with this signing, so you can tell that he didn't. So he's literally, he's going to do what he does. If he doesn't agree with signing like he did Dak, he threw Dak under the bus. Then he turned around and made sure that they got the lawyer's girl that was accusing Dak of all this shit. They made sure that they interviewed him on 105 The Fan, which was, I think that was the biggest bullshit that you could do to somebody that is considered your number one player, your leader of your team, and that's how you try to castrate him in front of everybody.
Yeah.
It does not surprise me that he didn't play this season. I get it, he got hurt, but it does not surprise me he had a shit season.
Yeah, the thing is with that, and I like that. I like that you saying it that way, because when you believe in something, bro, it carries. It goes a long way, right? And you can tell when people are earnest with you or honest with you. And you can tell when people are bullshitting you. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, you bullshitting, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't really care for me. But then they pay you the money, and you're like, oh, well, shoot, hey, I'm all right, but it doesn't take away from all of the other stuff. A lot of ladies got their gifts on 15th and the 16th. But the fella was bored. He'll BSing them on the 14th, right? Because, it's just for what it is. So it don't mean the same, but it's still the same. The value's still there, but it don't mean the same.
Oh, no, the value, trust me when I tell you, the value is there. It may be some bullshit.
Yeah.
But they secretly love that. Oh,
Yeah.
he got me something. Yeah, they secretly love that shit. But I'm going to say this.
That's a good analogy, though.
Yeah. This is the last one. So, watching how they did Dak, and
Right.
I analyzed that shit because I was like super pissed. Why would you do that to first of all, why would you do that to anybody?
Right.
And you're not even like a legal team. You are
Right.
a station.
Yeah.
Why haven't they said anything about Jerry and he doesn't pay him? They say he doesn't pay him. He doesn't do this for him. He doesn't do that. Why have they not brought up
The
anything about
essay,
his legal
the essay thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why haven't they said anything about it? You posted it on X, and I'm like, well, where's Bobby Bell? Where is Brian Broad? Where are all these people who is literally like damn near fucking Dak's his image up?
Yeah.
Where are they with this Jerry stuff? Why are you not speaking about it?
Yeah.
I get it who he is, but don't do that to one,
Right.
and the other one has the protection for the complexion.
Right.
So I just don't like that. But outside of that, keep doing what you're doing. You need to keep pushing that button because I guarantee you, they hear you.
Yeah.
Keep pushing that button. They hear you.
Yeah. And if we start knocking on the door, I'm going to call you, hey, Lou.
Hey, I'm with you.
You got me.
DC
Okay.
for life.
DC for life. That's my guy, A. Lou from the 304. You guys were having difficulties listening to him. Was his audio bad? Give me a thumbs up or a down on that. Come on, Scotty. What you doing here again, Scotty the man? Appreciate you for coming in, though. How did the caller audio sound good or was it bad? Let me know. And he's the only one. He's the only one in here, too. So I guess it was the cold line for your mind. All right, so with that being said, Cowboy Nation, if anyone else wants to call in, that number is 657-390-7391. That's the hotline for your mind, and jump on in. And I'm not finna talk about the Eagles since my guy is in here. I'm not finna go over that conversational piece because it just throw more fire and arson, or well, not arson, but what do you call it? It put more gas on the fire. Yeah. The phone line was good. Okay, good. All right, well, he's the last one, but I appreciate everybody for tuning in. That line was the cold line. That was the FrenkelFirm.com hotline for your mind. I guess it was the cold line, 657-390-7391. And A. Lou was the only one. So with that being said, we can wrap the show up, Cowboy Nation, and get things going. Okay, I got one more person in here. 214, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Yo.
We got the dog. Hey. Well, it sounds like a Shih Tzu, though. But what you got, man? What's going on?
Man, I'm at work, man, and got this dude won't let me in the yard with his dog. So, man, you know how it is for a working man out here, man.
Okay, all right. Well, what you got for me, man? It sounds like a Yorkie, though. It sounds like a Yorkie. I think you can take on to that dog.
It's old mutt, dog.
It's old mutt? Okay.
It's all the old mutt.
Old mutt.
Say, man, for sure. Say, man, one thing I want to say, man, is how can I put this without sounding like I'm hating, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people think I be hating. So, I feel like old boy who you played, Graziano, he correct. Not correct in the fact that he giving up on the Cowboy, but I think he correct on we aiming all our anger at the wrong person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We need to be aiming all our anger at Jerry Jones. I called you last time. I say the same thing.
Yeah.
All this need to go on Jerry Jones and the upper management. And you know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying?
But can you be mad at two? Can you be mad at two people, though?
Yeah, Jerry and Steven. I can
So
be mad at both.
yeah. So that's not going to go away. But if I'm Law Nation and all of a sudden I said, you know what, I'm done with the Cowboys, man, and I'm finna go roll with the Giants. Now I'm Giant Law Nation. Would you be mad at me too?
Yeah, I be mad at you. See, that's one thing I ain't gonna never do. I ain't gonna never turn coat and roll with the ops. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's totally out of my nature.
Yeah.
But I feel like we as a fan base. I heard you say this not too long ago. Well, when Osa get the money, if he get the money, then we saying he ain't good enough to get the money.
Right.
And then we let the organization say, hey, well, we paid him, so we can, and then we blame it on the player. We can't blame it on the player. We need to blame it on the organization, because Osa could have been signed 2 years ago for cheaper.
Facts.
Or like you said, Osa could have been traded for a pick.
Yeah.
Like our fan base put their anger on the wrong people all the time, and Jerry and them know they can get away with it, and they keep feeding us this BS, bro. And it divides our fan base. You got the fan base that say what I'm saying, then you got the fan base and then we get to arguing with each other.
Right.
Jerry playing that divide game, man, and us as a fan base, we cannot continue to let Jerry play that divide game.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say, man.
Oh yeah, you right.
He could have been signed a long time ago, bro.
He could have.
Come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like these are the things. And you said Osa them had this however many defensive coordinators in a certain amount of years. Well, he gonna go to another organization when he ain't got to deal with that.
Facts.
Just like any other player that leave here, they gonna go to another organization where they ain't got to deal with the games. Or Osa ain't been played. You know what I'm saying? People talking about Osa. Now, if people say this about Osa, he waited to a contract year to go off. I can understand that. But all that, without reading what's really going on, we watched Osa for the first couple of years barely get any playing time.
Facts. That too.
To let him be the player that he was. They played games with him, just like they playing games with Izzy, just like they playing games with half the dudes. And sometimes I be wondering if they be doing this to guys so other organizations won't look at them. So when they ready to sign them, they can sign them for cheap. But other organizations is realizing what game they're trying to play, and they letting the little bit of tape that gets shown play out on all of it. I think that Jerry and them be trying to do this to these dudes, so when it come time for them to be free agents, they don't get the money that they command. Man. I really think that's what they be doing.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in for the 214.
Man, I appreciate you, bro.
No doubt, man. Yeah, go get that mutt. Go get that mutt, dog.
That ain't my mutt, dog. That ain't my mutt.
Yeah, I know. He gonna put yeah. Ventriloquist law. I heard myself twice. You used to get a pack of Great Value hot dogs, man, and walking down the hood, throw them damn hot dogs over that dog. Will love you for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that dog seemed like he ready to fight. You know, it sounded like a Yorkie or something, a Shih Tzu, a Cavapoo, you know, a poodle. Yes, indeed. But man, shout out to all of the dogs, man. And if you're a dog lover, put DOG in the chat, man. We love dog lovers, man. I got the 469 in the building. What's good with you, bro? Or lady?
What's up, Law?
Oh, what's good? What's good? What's good? What's good?
Man, I just want to shout you out one time, man. I've been listening to you for a while now. Man, I love what y'all doing, giving people the voice to speak on these Cowboys, especially the organization up top, because that's the people that we need to be talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to see, man, because I know you're talking about Osa.
Right.
I like Osa, and he's young. He's 26. But I feel like the Cowboys have been stringing on so long that it's like, I don't think we're going to get the bang for our buck if we sign him at $20 million.
Yeah,
I feel like we got to let him go.
It's going to be hard to justify, you know, if he's only giving you 5 sacks and then that's his max that he gave you, and then 4 sacks the previous year and 3. But and he's a guy that spaz out too, right? You look at the first end of the season, he's getting all type of numbers, beating pressures and beating with pressure and beating double teams up. And then on the back end of the season, he kind of like disappears. But it's not his fault though, right? You know, shoot, it's not his fault that he worth $20 million or more. You know, shoot, give me that money.
Yeah. Like I said, I like him. He got to go get his money. I'm for every player to go get their money.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're not going to be able to pay him what he's worth at this point.
Right.
And it's a couple.
And do you see the trend though, right? If we were to take Prescott out of the picture, right? Just take Prescott out of the picture. take Tony Pollard, Schultz out of the picture, right? When they did the same play. And I think that they learned from their mistake far as franchise tagging. They better not franchise tag my guy over here for $21 million. You know what I'm saying? But they better figure out ways to make sure that they utilize and use the things the right way. And the Cowboys don't do that. You know what I'm saying? They fool around and franchise tag the player, and now that draws in the great divide of this team, right?
Yeah. I also wanted to speak on, like, I feel like there's a couple of veterans that we can get for, like you say, dog water.
Mm-hmm.
And I like who you was looking at from Kentucky, and maybe he can come in and do what an Osa does. What's his name? Deion Walker.
They're gonna play two different roles here. You know, I think he can play the one, but he may be a 3-tech. I have to look back at his tape one more time. But yeah, I can see him playing a 3-tech. But he's not going to give you what Osa's giving you now, though. It's going to be another 2-3 years to develop that. You know, that's the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of the problems with the organization. You can't go out there and expect a rookie to give you veteran results, especially if they're not in the top 10 or top 15 picks. Every now and then you may get lucky, but it's one of those things, bro.
Yeah. And then I wanted to also ask you too, because I know everybody talk about getting some free agents. What about free agents at the wide receiver spot? As far as like, because I think we probably going to let Cooks go. I think he's at the end of his contract, right? We probably going to let him go. So I'm thinking about somebody like a Tyler Boyd, and then still assess that in the draft as far as drafting a young talent.
Let me see what they got for Tyler Boyd. I'm finna pull up his contract now. Yeah. Oh, man, how old is he? 30? For $2.2 million? I can finesse that a little bit. Let me see what he did in the last few years or what have you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Tyler Boyd, he started in 8 games, 39 receptions, 390 yards, 67 receptions, and that's only started in 13 games. So, I mean, he would be a serviceable veteran guy that you can bring in. I think that he would probably be giving us a little bit more than what we've seen out of Jalen Brooks. But we got the only thing is with Tyler Boyd is I wouldn't make that move the opening week of the free agency. He's more of like the week 3 of the free agency or after the draft free agency. He won't be the guy that I would really run around for before the draft, in my opinion.
Okay. What do you see as us getting like right off the bat?
Here's how this thing works, bro. You're gonna have your opening week of free agency, and that's when all of the premium guys go through week 1. Now, if the Cowboys don't dance around week 1 of the free agency, believe it or not, I'm not going to be that mad because I understand where we are at financially. But what I want the Cowboys to do is to make sure they dance around at least week 2 or week 3 before the draft. That's where you can get some, like let everybody run and go get those guys that's very high end and they got a lot of money, because there's a lot of teams that got a lot of money. I've seen somebody in the chat say, well, nobody going to pay $20 million for Osa. Well, when you got the Patriots sitting at 119, you got the Raiders sitting at 92, you got the Commanders sitting at $75 million, $20 million is dog water to them. They can spend and flex that money. We just don't have it here. Yeah.
It's realistic that he go back over there with Dan Quinn.
Yeah, but then if he goes to Dan Quinn, I don't foresee one of those Bama boys staying. So they're going to have to get rid of one of their guys. And maybe they want to stick it back to the Washington team and come over here and join our team. But we got to at least pick up the phone and make that call.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, are you out on Amari Cooper if we can get him for a reasonable price?
Within reason. You know, I just don't see the Cowboys burning $22 to $23 million now on him, you know. And that's where his asking or going price. So I just don't see that. Now, if the Cowboys do it, then there'll be a mystery and an element of surprise. But once you cross the Joneses, I don't think that they will be open arms to him back, you know, because he didn't want to get that jab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's all the questions I had, man.
Man, you good call, man. I appreciate you, bro.
No problem.
No doubt, man. Good call from the 469, right? He over there with Jamie Foxx and them, man, from Terrell, Texas, man. Hold on. Bro, you still there?
Yeah.
You related to Jamie?
Yeah.
You related to Jamie and them?
Nah, I ain't related to Jamie, but yeah, I'm from Terrell, Texas.
You from Terrell, Texas? I just had to ask, man. Tell Jamie to call in next time. I know you know where he stay at and stuff, man. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, he got me. So Jamie Foxx gonna call in, y'all. He gonna go get Jamie. Todd Church said Amari is about 10 to 15 million. So I believe if Amari Cooper was $4 million, I don't think the Cowboys would pull the trigger because of the way he left. And you know, the need to be right is the Cowboys' mission there, and I think that they will definitely not do that for him. Yeah. We got a super chat, and it's finally working. Appreciate you so much.
Quinton Warner, $9.99. He Law Drive Q from the Caribbeans. Listen, why does JJ legal battles seems to resurface every time it's time to do something with money? $20 million to be exact. Here comes the excuses. I sure hope not.
I get it now. I understand it. That could explain a lot. You got to have some long money to be able to continue to push stuff back and send it through this and send it through that. Request for more discovery and stuff like that, and what you found out in a court of appeals. You got to shake certain judges' hands. And this, don't y'all know that there's two ways that they can do this? They could settle out of court, right? This is a civil case, right? This is not a criminal. So Jerry's still not going to get criminally charged with this. He's going to have to pay a hefty money even if he lose, right? And it could tarnish some of the things because it'd be an omission of guilt on however that civil thing rests itself out. But legally speaking, to be able to continue to push this case forward since 2018, at some point, that lady is either she got some money, she got a strong case, or her lawyers, her attorney, her powers of attorney, or whoever on her legal team is willing to do this pro bono to continue to fight this. Because what most people would do when they got to continue, because she got to pay. It's not like they're going to say, okay, I owe you later. But for this to continue to happen since 2018, boy, she got some money. Because the common person, let me use Too Broke to Pay Attention or T-Jack or Sadiq, y'all would have said, you know what? This ain't worth fighting. He won. He got me. He got me because, you know, I got to continue to pay my legal people when they do the motion to move this date here and the motion to fight this there in the Court of Appeals. I got to still pay my people legal services. Unless there's a strong case of them doing this stuff pro bono, you know. But at the end of the day, what's the whole point of moving it from a trial date of March the 3rd into the opening of the season in August? That he's hoping that lady can take the offer, because the case to dismiss was disclosed, in 2022. So when he say, hey, I hope that she can just take this damn settlement offer and bygones be bygone, and there will be no missions of guilt here if she can just take this money, here, and let me get her some time to sit on it throughout the offseason. But it's crazy, y'all, that Jerry Jones, as old and gray as he is, to continue to have this going on for all of these years. But the next caller, man, we're going to bring you on the stage from the 202. You're live. Then we had a 972, and I see Big Amish. Hold tight. From the 202, you're live on the nation all the way from Washington, D.C. What's good for you?
Hey, Law, what's happening? It's Ernest. How you doing?
Ernest, man, all is well, man. I can't complain.
Yeah, I was wondering, so what happened to this so-called 20 to 25 million we were carrying over from last year to this year? What happened to that money?
I forgot, man. You will have to. I have to go back and see.
Because basically
I forgot we did something.
Pretty much they said they signed back and CD. They said they still had like 20 to 25 million left that they weren't going to spend. They were going to carry it over to this year. So what all suddenly happened to that money?
That's a damn good question there, man. God, dog. I'll have to follow that money.
And now we in the hole of $4 million. That don't make sense.
It was explained to me by Todd Archer. He had hit me up one day when I had made a post, and he was saying that, like, whatever we see in here, these are not the actual numbers. These are not the actuals. And he had sent me one time before the actuals that actually come out. This site, Over the Cap and Spot Rack, they use a third party, so they are off by at least 4 months, or they off sometimes even a year. So these are not the actuals. So this is only projected and projections and all of this stuff. So these are not the actuals, and I don't know if I can dive into the contracts of these particular players that's on our team right now, man. But you did raise a good point with that, as far as what happened to the $27 million. I can go probably line for line on this right here, but I'll probably be lost in the sauce, man, when he get down to Troy Pride and Denzel Daxon money and whoever else, because these are not even the actuals here. So unfortunately, bro.
Oh yeah, and then yesterday I was watching to where how the NFL works, which is real crazy, to where Justin Tucker, the field goal kicker for the Ravens,
right,
all of a sudden he comes out, he's got 16 altercations out there. Now, if that was a Cowboys player, it'd be totally different.
Yeah, or Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, it'd be totally different.
I said, man, these people coming all out there, man. Shoot, him and Deshaun Watson, boy, they can have a whole type of thing that they could be doing over there with the rub downs, man. It's crazy.
And they not doing nothing to him.
Yeah.
It's crazy world we live in, man.
It is, man. There's always going to be a double standard and a triple and a quadruple standard, man, when you're dealing with the Cowboys. It's always that.
Oh, yeah.
But, man, I appreciate you, man. We say that at the same time. Yeah. You have a good one, bro. Appreciate you for calling in from the 202.
And how about them Cowboys?
How about them, man?
Yes,
be
sir.
safe over there. Hey, they calmed down a little bit in D.C.?
Oh, yeah.
I guess you'd rather for the Eagles to win it versus them, huh?
Oh, most definitely.
Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate you, dog. Yeah. One of Washington, D.C. fans, boy, or the Washington Commander fans, man, they said that they was getting to the point it was unbearable. Y'all thought Y'all thought that the damn Eagles was unbearable. They said the Washington people, man, they wouldn't let any Cowboy fan have it out there, man. They was like, yeah. But the Eagles, they wanted fair and square. Let's go give them their flowers. But man, when I click on this on the premium side of Spot Rack or Sport Track, they got a show details of a contract, right? And they got all of the notes and stuff. Let me see if I may have to hold on. Bear with me. Let me see if I can fix it right quick. Hold on, bear with me, y'all. Let me see if I can fix this right quick. So, man, you guys won't be able to see it on your end. I thought I could slide and move that contract over here. Let me see if it looks like that on this spread. Boom. All right, let me see what y'all see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can do a little bit of it. So they got contracts, whereas when you click on like the incentives, they got all of those detailings when you hit, like, for example, Trayvon Diggs, $33 million guaranteed at signing. And then they got $9 million for 2025 guarantees, fifth league day, 2025 injury guaranteed at signing. Then they break it down with the bonuses of $58 million, then the annual. And then they got accelerators on there, $300,000, $600,000. So when you go down line for line and you do every one of these contracts like that, you can probably wiggle out the $27 million or the $21 million that's supposed to show up and may be gone because these guys done hit their accelerators on their contract. Like, for example, this Malik Hooker, he got a bonus, game day bonus. He got active bonus, per game bonus. And then he got the 5 interceptions. He would get $500,000 and these sorts of things. And then if you look at all of these contracts, everybody got different languages. Like Linval Joseph, for example, he had a $2 million guaranteed, and then he had bonuses of $29,000, $500,000, then a cumulative of sacks or what have you. If he get 3 sacks, he get $100,000. If he get 5, all of those incentives and then base laden type of contracts. If you do your numbers and crunch them up, and if all of those capologists, they can probably find a way to say, hey, that's where that $20 million went. So those incentive-based contracts, I love them. I love incentive-based contracts, by the way. But some of those guys I've seen, whereas they use this tracking GPS system on players. And it's down now that every single practice rep that you run out there is get recorded, and that report goes back to the agency. So they absolutely pay the players per snap that they play. Yeah. And even in practice, like, that's why you see, hey, why that guy working the chords? Or why that guy why he's not out there in practice? Because they get paid per snap of practice. Believe it or not, they get paid. I saw one contract, they get paid per rep that they do on the jump rope almost. So it's crazy. The NFL is a crazy thing. So let's go with the next caller from the 972. Appreciate y'all, man, for extending the show almost. 972, you live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? Talk to me.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, this is DC.
This who?
DC.
Okay, DC. What's good with you, DC?
Hey, I know everybody be talking about Jerry and the droughts. How much does the coaches play in picking these drought picks?
Well, you got two philosophies. Some coaches just say, hey, you bring them to me and I coach them, right? And then let the scouting department do the scouting department. By you having different philosophies and views, it just depends. You know, some people just happy to get the job, so they just sitting there like, hey, whatever you bring me, I got you. I can coach them up. Some people want to roll their sleeves up and be in the battle war rooms and get certain guys that they know for sure that can help elevate them. So it's just for what it is. It just depends.
Well, do you think Mike McCarthy played a role in some of these draft picks? Because I know that with Schoolmaker, you know, that seemed like kind of one of his deals.
Yeah, a coach may say, hey, I like a wide receiver to be 6'2.5" and more. You know, I want my tight end to have this RAS score. Can you find that for me? It's kind of like, or they have a certain thing that they're looking for that can help elevate their system or scheme and philosophy. So, yeah, coaches do play that role. Some of them do.
Yeah, because, you know, like Will McClay was saying, like, he kind of catered to what the coaches want.
Right.
So, you know, that's what kind of the reason why I was asking the question.
Yeah. Yeah. So the only problem that you may have is when you have mixed philosophies. Like when you have people that's forced on you. Like Mike McCarthy, it was already dated and already, you know, put out there that he didn't really want Ezek back, you know. He wanted to go with the younger guys. But he ain't finna sit back there and muddy the waters and be mad about that. The fact that the general manager override him and said, hey, you got Zeke, you get Zeke, and put him in this particular system. So it goes two ways, right?
Okay, I was just wondering because, you know, a lot of people kind of throw it out there that Jerry and Stevens. So I was just kind of wanted to elaborate on that. But you kind of asked my question.
Yeah, coaches matter, though, bro. And coaches have their unique ways of saying, you know, some people say, hey, you get them, I'll be able to coach them up. That's the whole point of coaching, too. Coach them up. Right? But appreciate you for calling in, bro.
All right. Thanks a lot.
No doubt, man. It's D.C., man. D.C. Cowboy, you know. And the reason why I say coaches matter, I always go back to this movie, one of my favorite movies of all times, is Coach Carter, and he took a team. It's based off a true story, and he took a team that the previous year they didn't win but one game or no games. But he took that same team, and he was able to elevate them because he saw the potential in that team, but he had to whoop them into shape mentally, physically, and emotionally, right? And that just within 1 year, he was able to elevate those boys. But when you have visions, you got to have them all in line. But if you don't have vision in line, then you'll never know where you're going. You know, I could say, all right, I'm finna go back home to Mississippi, and I'm on 20. I can't sit back on 20 and say I'm heading west to get to Mississippi. You know, I can't head west. I got to head east. But when you have mixed philosophies, someone will have you going west, all right, on Highway 20 and saying, I'm going to Mississippi. When? Where? Will eventually you get there? Maybe. And that's the problem with the Dallas Cowboys. You can't have all of these different viewpoints and different philosophies and principles. So let's go to the next caller. Big Amish from the 202, man. You're live on The Nation. Talk to me.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them? Yeehaw.
I submit to you a petition for the psychological evaluation of Stephen Jones. And for that, I say he called himself a capologist, right?
Correct.
Yeah, well, we're in salary cap hell, right? He said the Eagles would be in salary cap hell. We're in salary cap hell right now.
Right.
There's no moves. We're looking at moves that is only based on maneuvering existing contracts to get cap space.
Yeah.
It's insane. And for him to say that is he's giving us the crap sandwich again. But he's not a capologist. You know what he is? Put a white jacket on him and a stethoscope. He's a self-administering proctologist. That's what his job should be.
Proctologist.
And he's probably good at it.
He probably is.
Right? But I was looking at the issue with Dak Prescott's contract. One of the questions I have, I heard the other caller, you're right, the vanishing $20 million. Right, and that could be accounting. Don't forget, they could maneuver stuff at the end of the season, call a bonus a salary. But it's all smoke and mirrors. We never see that. We don't see how the sausage is being made. We're only left to the capologist or the proctologist, in our case, to tell us what it is. Right?
Right.
But the one thing that I just saw that you had put up on your screen, Dak Prescott does have an insurance policy. And here's a question for you, in my limited knowledge of looking at this. If you have an insurance policy and you're injured during the season, which Dak was, you collect on that insurance policy. Now, those proceeds actually go towards the salary cap. I mean, you could take that money and put it back in, and it offsets the salary cap. That's my understanding. So, for example, if Dak Prescott had a $30 million policy for the year.
Right.
And let's say half the year. We'll just use that for just basic math.
Right.
So $30 million insurance, you got $15 million. That $15 million proceeds that they get, it doesn't go to Dak Prescott. It actually, you could use that and offset the salary cap. It goes to this year or next year's salary cap. So that's the secret sauce of getting insurance policies, is that if someone gets injured during that time frame, unless they're abusing it, I mean, you got to be an idiot.
I don't know how that part of it works, though.
But that's my understanding.
Yeah.
Okay. But that'll be interesting to see what, if anything, could offset, the injury from Dak. That should be giving us more cap space.
I just know that when something is guaranteed, it's guaranteed, right? And unless he goes into a situation and rob a bank, or if he have something in his contract that supersedes that, if he do something egregious like that, he rob a bank, if a sexual assault case or something like that, maybe they can off waiver or void a contract, and something like that. But outside of that, he's a good citizen, so he ain't gonna do none of those things. So I just know he signed a 4-year, $240 million contract, and 231 of it is guaranteed.
Right. Yeah. No. I'm not saying he's not a model city. He is.
Right.
I'm saying is that the Joneses. So what you do is, for these high price, and other teams have done it, and they've offset the cap by doing that, is they get an insurance policy for an injury on your player, especially when you're going to put so much money into it. And, depending on the type of policy you have and the amount. Now, that doesn't come out of the salary cap. It comes out of their expenses for the Cowboys, but but you write it off. It's not like it costs anything. You write it off as a business expense. And if you don't use it, that's fine. You still write it off. But if you do need it, in this case, Dak Prescott did get injured during the season, and he didn't come back. And whether, because he did have an insurance policy for an injury. And my question is, and I don't know, maybe you have some other people and some other podcasters might elaborate even further on it,
right?
Who know much more than I. But if that injury did in fact settle, and they got insurance proceeds, that could offset some. I'm saying some. I don't know how much they have, but that would, and they could use that for salary cap. Those proceeds could be used for salary cap relief. The exact amount could be thrown back in the pot and offset it. That's my understanding of it.
Well, hey, I'm gonna dive deep into that, man, and I appreciate you so much, Big Amish. Appreciate you for calling in. Let me hear you say it.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah. Get on up there. All right, so Toxic Tom says, when you make voided years and spread cap hits, you need to convert what you are moving into cash. So your cap hit get lowered by $20 million, then you pay that cash right then. That's why. Okay, so from my understanding, Toxic Tom, and you right on the money with that. And he said you briefly explained it, earlier. And no, you make $500 million revenue, you only pay Fed taxes, $50 million of that. All right, so boy, we turn into financial law over here. I can say this though. The reason when we start talking about cash expenditures, right? The Cowboys don't spend a lot of cash. We rank dead last in cash or what have you. And that could be because we utilize cash come out of your own pockets. It don't come out of the NFL money pocket. Ain't this right, Toxic? The NFL give you an allowance basically every year, and you got to stay below that allowance. Now, what you do with your own money, that's on you. But they give you money so that you can spend for you can spend. And I think that allowance this year is going to be somewhere north of $250 to $270 million, give or take, right? And you got to stay below that allowance. Yeah, okay, so Toxic Tom says, yes. Man, I pray to God one day that I can get some allowances like that, man. And all I got to do is stay within that allowances. And I got 53 players that I got to manage. Shoot, give me that. Let me get my staff together, and I got 53 staff members, and all of a sudden the NFL just give me give me $250 million and let me manage that. Shoot, and every year my allowances goes up, and then on top of that, they do revenue sharing. So whether we win or lose, I still get a piece of that pie, and I'll be able to pocket that money, and I still get my allowance. Shoot. The NFL, man, that's why shoot, man, give me that. Shoot, I will be kicking my money all down the field. And then just use it that way. I'll have voidable years on the end of the contract, and I'll take a piece of a player, and I'll be paying. Look, there's no reason why the Cowboys shouldn't approach Osa last year and said, hey, here's what we're going to do, Osa. We're going to go ahead and sign you to a deal. If we believed in him, right? But if we don't believe in him, we'll let him play to the end of his contract, and then we'll be shopping and looking for elsewhere. But that problem is that, for example, let me just show y'all this, that $8 million that we are still paying. Let me see if I can find this thing. Yeah. Hold on. And I'm going to let the next caller on. Hold on. I got all of the contracts here, right? The total cap hit is $299 million, right? So we're tied for 26 in the worst spot possible, top 51 spot in cap space, whatever, with our team. But the 2025 dead money, from my understanding, that this could be where that $27 million escaped us. You paying $8.7 million to Michael Gallup. That's a lot of coins, man. And he retired, right? You paying $345,000 to Fihoko and them. He's not even on the team. Eric Scott, you paying $109 million to him. If you add all of that money together, shoot, that's a lot of money. And then you have to have money available. You have to have money available for your draft picks. They already got this money accounted for, right, Toxic Tom? They got $3.6 million already for your first round draft pick. They got $1.7 million for your second. Your third, 1.1, for your third round draft pick. We don't have a fourth round draft pick. We don't have that. But then we got to pay $927,000. So that's a lot of money, man. Somebody do your math, man, how much money that is. So this too, I probably found out where that $27 million went to. That's where it went to, y'all. That's where it went to right here, according to this right here. And remember, they don't have the actuals. This is kind of like speculative, right? So they saying that $275 million, I meant to say. The 2024, it wasn't $27 million that rolled over. It was $18 million that rolled over. And what did? They adjusted it for $293 million active roster. Woo, man, I love y'all, man. Y'all made me find it, man. I love y'all so much, man. The active roster, we are paying $290 million. Our dead money, we are paying $9.2 million. So allocated, all in, baby, $299 million. We are negative $5.7 million in the shoot. That gives us, from the money that we supposed to have, a negative $2.38 million. And somewhere over the cap got different numbers. Maybe when this thing all updated, we will figure out where the 4.5 is coming from. Hey. I'm going to let the next caller on. Boy, we doing taxes over here. Feel like it. I got Jamie for the 774, then I got 210 and 409. Y'all hold tight for me. All right. Jamie, you're live. Talk to me.
Man, this is the exact reason why you have your show the way you do, bro. Up here, you can't even mention the word football. As soon as football season's over up here in New England, they don't even mention the word football. I'm telling you, they don't even say the word football until draft time comes.
Right.
So the fact that you still have your everything that you're doing, and you still have your listeners calling in, you got 300 strong right now, and it's not even football season, man. That just goes to show you, what kind of work that you put in, brother.
Man, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much for your support, man.
Yeah, anytime, bro. I just want to say real quick, we all know that Jerry Jones loves the franchise tag. And what he loves more than the franchise tag is compensatory picks. So I have a feeling. I think we got somewhere like 20, 25 free agents coming up. So I think the Chauncey Goldsteins and Osa is going to be gone, man. It's bad to say, you know what I mean? But Jerry loves some compensatory picks, and I think we got a couple coming from Dorrance Armstrong and Biotis coming up. So it's sad to say that's why we're always in we're going to be in the basement for a while now, because he just, instead of just signing the players when he's supposed to and when he should, they're going to get dollars elsewhere, man, and just pile up them compensatory picks. That's going to get us nothing but practice squad players or special teams players. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to give us those guys. It really don't move the needle, on that. And unfortunately, it is for what it is, for where we at, especially with this team.
Exactly, man. I just wanted to put in my 2 cents and thank you once again for what you do, man. You're the one that keeps the Cowboys relevant in the off season, and we appreciate you, brother.
No doubt, man. I thank you so much for your support, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
That's my guy, Jamie. And I fool around and listen to what my guy Toxic Tom said, and let me pull up. Oh, okay. Well, I got a unique tool. I can go to cash spending. All right, so I'm going to go to cash spending, all right? And we're going to go to 2021. We spent a lot of cash in this particular situation. We had $13 million in debt, all right? And then 2022, where we at, we spent $8 million in debt. And he said it's harder to track the cash because you can hide a lot of things with cash. And we're 11th place in 2023. In 2024, we were 13th place. In 2025, we are 15th place. So we'll wait till after the free agency is at, and we'll see where we stand as far as cash spending. Boy, but this financial literacy class now, boy, I feel like I'm back at Jackson State, man, trying to get my degree. Yeah. Well, come on with it. All right, so I got the next caller on. I got Dr. Q, then we have B-Bird, and then we have Marv, Magic City Marv that they call him. Dr. Q for the 210, you in. Talk to me.
Hey, brother-in-law, I'm not sure if you can hear me, man. I got you on speaker. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound pretty clear,
okay.
man.
Hey, so, man, let me just hit on a couple things, man. Great. Man, this is probably one of the best shows, man, that I've actually sat and listened to. The dude, Jamie, Toxic Tom, and Amish, man, them guys was fire in their analysis, man. I love that. Mm-hmm. I'm the one that sent in the super chat, man, as far as the Jerry Jones legal battles, man.
Right.
That's from the Caribbean, and so you got to just be vigilant, man, and watch, because it seems like every time there's time for money to be moved around, legal battles pop up. So I think, not knowing this for sure, but to me it seems like the girl attorneys or whatever he's dealing with, they seem to know that here comes free agency, here comes something else. That means money is moving.
Right.
Let's go and do our thing. But I understand the contractuals quite a bit. 'Cause I had the privilege of sitting down speaking with my brother-in-law when he was with the Redskins with Sean Taylor and them. And man, Laura, you hit the nail on the head, bro. The price of admission I would pay to be in one of the NFLPA and the ownership meetings, man, because that's where it all starts.
Yeah.
It starts off in NFLPA and the ownership meeting. All the insurance stuff, what's going to cover, et cetera, that's where it starts off, man. The Cowboys, man, I don't like to be negative, bro, but I feel some crap stuff that's about to happen. And Lord, I hope not. I hope not, man, with this guy and this money. But they've got hard decisions to make, brother. They've got, unfortunately, to go out and get the players that we would love to see these particular players come here. They got some hard decisions to make with the current players, and hey, we're gonna have to release these guys, and we may not want to see them leave, but they may have to release some folks, man, to get this thing right, or to kind of get some kind of headway on this.
Yeah.
You are right, Law, about the contracts are different, man. So a lot of our fans don't know this, but I think I mentioned this to you before, but the first, second, and third year players, man, and I think the third year players cap out at $900,000. I'm not sure but the base is only $755. Now the base goes up maybe $10,000-$20,000 each year, base of the pay.
Yeah.
So you got the first year pay is like $755, second year $790, and then the third year players this past year, the base is only $900,000. They're going to get that. That is without question. They're going to get that. But all that manipulative stuff about he made $8 million, $20 million, that's where, like you said, that's where all the stuff comes in about, I'm 2 tackles short, cut it. He's not getting $1.5 million.
Yeah.
The owners know what they're doing. Yeah. They're going to manipulate that $8 million. So, folks, on paper it looks good, but I guarantee you every player is not walking out of there with what's on paper.
With what's on paper,
It does not work that way.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work that way, And the next thing, one of your callers called in about the Ravens kicker, all of these defaulties that he's had. But winning cures all that. When you're winning,
right,
they can cover up stuff for a while.
Yeah.
They can cover up stuff for a while, And and that's pretty much it, man. They pretty much have some tough decisions to make, and I just have a feeling that we're about to be tricked and fooled, and I hope that's not the case, man. But we're still gonna roll with them boys, man, and see if they can do just a little better this year, man. That's all I got for you today, Law. I appreciate you, man. Taking time out to listen.
No doubt, man. Great call, man. Great information for the nation, by the way. Appreciate you, Dr. Q. Thank you.
Okay, no problem, brother. Y'all take care, man.
No doubt. Yeah, I mean, when you look at, I'm just looking at Dak Prescott contract, for example, and he counts for 32.69%, right? And you can't cut that because it's $151 million dead money, Lamb $58 million dead money, but he counts for 12%. From a 12% to a 32% is crazy work, right? And he will be 32 or what have you. That's long in the tooth as it relates to the age of the contract and the player. So what the Cowboys going to have to do if they really want to get this thing rocking and rolling, they're going to have to restructure this contract and kick some of this money down here where it says 2029, 2030, 2031, 2032. And just take that hit when he get of the age of 36 and 37, what have you. And from what my understanding is, for what Toxic Tom said, that you're going to have to utilize cash at that point. So they're going to have to generate enough money before they get to that time frame. All right, so we'll see, man. I I look at these contracts, man, and be like, God, dog, boy, this is crazy. So if you stroll over here for 2029, for 2025 this season, it's a cap hit of 89. And for next season, it's 67. And then for the next season from there, it's 61. But you got all of those voidable areas right here that you can slide some money in. Regardless of it, man, I'm sliding money into this bucket right here. Just look at it like you just can put money in this bucket and money in this bucket, kick it down the can. Like, it'll be crazy work if Jerry Jones live all the way to 2028 and 2029. Jerry probably won't Dak Prescott, and I'm not putting Jerry in the coffin here. Dak Prescott contract should outlive Jerry, ain't no way. So if I'm, and Jerry, man, you might outlive us all, man. Jerry might say, dude, you must be out your cotton picking mind. I'm going to live all the way to 2042, But if I'm, we don't care about these years, man, down here. You can slide that money. We care about now, man. Shoot, move that money around so you can at least get these percentages out of 32% and out of 23%, et cetera, because they decided not to pay him early, But I got B-Bird, man, here live on the Nation from the Fold 9. What's good with you, man? What's on your mind?
Hey, what's up, Law? How you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Talk to me.
Hey, two things about the salary cap. The Cowboy fans know way too much about the salary cap. we know way too. The people in Philadelphia and Washington ain't caring about that.
They ain't care about it. Yeah.
Sign guys. But another thing about the salary cap, how we in salary cap hell, but we don't get the advantages of the Super Bowl or deep playoff run. You know what I'm saying? Like the Rams, they're in salary cap. They got a Super Bowl out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we the only one got salary cap hell, and we're not even in the playoffs.
Man.
So that's just a couple of things that goes on with me. Acquiring talent as far as the free agencies in the offseason, one of the things I would look out for is, I've been looking at this, is not necessarily free agency, but trades. If you look at the last few years, Amari Cooper trade, Brandon Cooks, Gilmore trade, and Hankins trade, those have been our most impactful additions to the team, but they all got through trades, and I kind of know why. In free agency, for a talent like what we got in free agency, you actually have to bid against other teams to get into a bidding war.
Right.
The Joneses don't like free agency because they can't control the cost of free agency. They can't control how much this bidding is going to get to. And so, but in a trade, they already know I'm trading for that contract, that player, and that contract.
Yeah.
So they already know those things, and that's why they're more likely to trade in free agency. So I've been kind of looking at that, like who's on the trading blocks and this, that, and the other, because that's more likely to me where they're going to hit at.
But you know what, B-Bird? It's a twofold thing. Like, trade takes two to tango. You hear, like, and it's very smart of the L.A. Rams to say, okay, we'll take a piece of that money if we cut this dead weight from Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Instead of what the Cowboys do is they just cut the player. And we still pay the player. You see what I'm saying? Like, was Micah Gallup traded or was he cut?
He was released.
He was released, meaning that we probably had some wiggle room after he released, but we still owe money to the player. Like we still owe $8 million, right? For example, and I hate to use the Eagles for this particular conversation piece, B-Bird, but their quarterback is getting paid $250 million, right?
Yes.
200. Look, regardless, $250 million is $250 million, right?
Absolutely.
People fail to realize
$50 million a year, APY.
Yeah, APY. So for example, and I hate bringing these boys up, but but I got to because 2025.
They do it the right way, man.
For 2025, B-Bird, guess how much Hurts cap hit is?
$13 million, I remember.
No. Cap hit percentage-wise.
Oh, I don't know the percentage. I know what it is numbers-wise. 21 million.
7.9.
That's crazy because they're doing it the right way.
Hey, and then the next year is 10 million. I mean 10%. And then the next year after that is 13%. They are not getting what we are taking on the chin. We are taking on the chin with Dak Prescott a 17%, a 32%, a 23%, a 19%, a 21%. At no time on Hurts' contract, his cap hit is other percentages of what we're taking on the chin. And
Law,
yeah.
Law, let me tell you this, man.
Yeah.
This goes to my last point.
Yeah.
So and I'm gonna get to it, but give me a moment here.
Go ahead.
So when I'm looking at quarterbacks, man, I think one of the biggest attributes a quarterback can have is anticipatory skills. Like he can anticipate this guy being open. So that one tick that another quarterback has to wait to see and to get more information, see if the guy's open, in pros, it's too late for that. So you like Peyton Manning, even when he got older and his arm went, he could still anticipate. Tom Brady, he could still anticipate.
Right.
Magic Johnson, how he passed it. Well, how can you throw that pass? Because he understands every angle on the court.
Mm-hmm.
And so he can anticipate this guy being there. That's how Magic makes his pass.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the best skill, but it's also a great skill as a GM that he can anticipate talent. That's how you sign people early. That's how you go to Hurts and say, hey, man, look, man, this guy's going to be good. Well, how do you know? I can see it already, man. Let's build around the dude before anybody else. And so those guys, when you make early moves, it pays dividends because now you're getting them at a bargain. But when you have, like the Joneses have to see all the information. To me personally, they still not sold on Dak. That's why they've always franchised him, because if Howie Roseman was here, he'd have signed Dak his first contract early on because he's saying, I know football, and I know what this guy's going to be. I can see the big picture.
Right.
They can't see the big picture. They have to wait until the guy's wide open, then they'll throw the ball.
What's a principle and a philosophy to you?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What is a principle and a philosophy to you?
To me?
To you. Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, it's a certain way you do things, right? Like you're not gonna give yourself a line and then cut your hair, right? You cut your hair and then give yourself a line. Well, the Cowboys basically, their philosophy is the old school, and it worked back in the days. Deadline, make deals. Oh my goodness, don't be the first one to call. We're not gonna look desperate, right? Yeah. And those things, okay, now you won the deal, now prove it who you are by yourself. That's all. Old, they live in that. That's literally how you do businesses back in the days. Yeah.
And I'll tell you this, man, and this is something I hold here. Jerry Jones should be nowhere near the negotiation table, and I'll tell you why. The reason why, it's not even Jerry. No owner should be, because it's their money. And so what ends up happening is when it's your money, man, you take it personal. That's why a GM should be there. Guess who we should be negotiating with? The agent.
Right.
Because see, the GM and the agent won't take it personal. It's just business for them.
Yeah.
You can talk bad about my player and how many passes he dropped up. I ain't gonna tell him. We're gonna get this deal done, and we're gonna move on. But when if the player's in there, he gonna feel some kind of way. You trash him to get a deal. He's like, man, what?
Yeah.
I don't care. Oh, we got a deal now. No, I can't unhear that. I can't unring that bell.
Yeah.
You talk bad about me.
Yeah.
Well, the owner being in there, it's the same thing. That's where you get, well, that got to do more with less. That's where you get, I'm mad. I'm going to get Trey Lance. That's all emotional, man.
It's
this guy's emotional, man. That's why you get, we're going to trade Amari Cooper. When it's your money and you're in control, you need somebody else that's detached from the money to make it be like, we're not trading Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. You get out. Why we trade for Trey Lance? Well, I'm mad because he won't come to. No, don't act out of that. You go and be an owner. Don't even worry about that. Guess what? Most owners doing. They ain't never even heard of. Most owners don't even know what's going on in that. Hey, my GM got that.
My GM got that.
Howie Roseman got that.
Yeah.
You know
he got that and stuff. Yeah.
I'm in Europe, man. Don't talk to me about football. I'm in Europe with my wife and my kids. Talk to Howie about that.
Hey, you sound like when I was in Pitney Bowes, man, many years ago, many moons ago, and my manager, my owner, the guy that was over everything, he says, "Law, don't talk to me until you get ink on paper. I don't care what you do. get the deal done, get the deal done. And he didn't care about the ingredients and all of that stuff. You sounding just like him when you said that. Yeah. And he sit back, he collects the check. He just wanted to get the results. I don't give a dog what it is. And it better be able to produce at the end. But if he was there with the process, he would feel a certain type of way for this person not honoring their side of the deal. Because think about it. We had all type of competitors like R.J. Young and a whole bunch of Toshiba and everybody else that were competing against us, right? And the person on the other end, they would say, yeah, man, we only got one thing in. But the whole time they got the other offer already on the table. And they trying to go with the low man. They trying to go with the lowest competitor. Or they trying to figure out ways that they can get something back in on services. So my thing is with the Joneses, if they felt as if though Todd France screwed them on the deal, right, with this particular player, then they might screw Todd France on another deal because it's emotionally with another player. I'm just like, man, yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Else. I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you the biggest emotional thing that screwed them up. They feel like they didn't get the value for Brandon Carr, and it's been since 2012. And they still suffering from that, man. Yeah. And we're still suffering because now they like, man, we don't go to free agency. Remember that Brandon Carr deal 13 years ago? Yeah. That's crazy that was still, you still have PTSD from the Brandon Carr deal. Yeah. You shouldn't even be in, because if you was the regular GM, it'd have been 3 GMs in by now since for 13 years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think that those guys are way too close to the money, man. They should never be, and it's not just Jerry.
Right.
You should not have any. You should not have any owner in the negotiation room. He shouldn't be there. Yeah. He's gonna take it personal, and that's all I got to say, Law, man. I appreciate you giving me time, brother. No doubt, as they said, you have a great show, and here's my last thing. We know way too much about the salary cap, man. That's a damn shame, man. We need to get somebody that handles that, and we ain't got to do all this heavy lifting for the Cowboys.
Yes, indeed, man. Good call from me, Bird, man. Good call. Always a pleasure. Yeah, it's always that, man. We've been talking about the money. And we know that you can prorate it, you can spread it out, but we understand that, man, they make it about the player versus the actual money that it is for what it is. It's money. The only way you're going to get these players at a lower rate if you come to the table with them early. And that's foresight. Man, B. Bird, man, he's the caller of the day. You got to have foresight. Like he said, a no-look pass. Magic knew that the person was going to be there. Now I can tie this in because I couldn't tie it in earlier, and I don't want the show to go south. But this dude said a very prevalent thing about Hurts and his winning, because the owner, they built a team for him. Come on, let's listen to it.
Quarterbacks that I think that would easily win in that Jalen Hurts situation with the Eagles: Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Jaden Daniels, CJ Stroud, Matthew Stafford, Jordan Love, Dak Prescott, Baker Mayfield, Derek Carr, Jared Goff, Brock Purdy, Trevor Lawrence, Bryce Young. All those quarterbacks would have won in the Eagles situation given that stacked roster. Quarterbacks that I think that would easily win in that Jalen Hurts situation.
Is that a knock at Hurts? No, it's not a knock. That's not a knock at Hurts, y'all. That's foresight. And I'm not trying to take credit away from him. I'm not. Hurts is a bad joker, I like him, But at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. And teams, we got to understand that that's how it always been. There's always been a cycling with this. When you have those particular parameters set into place. And the Cowboys just don't understand it. Instead of making it about a team, they make it about an individual, right? Yeah, they make it about an individual, regardless of the situation. But kudos and credence for him for winning, although I would have preferred the Chiefs to win, so we won't have to hear those boys every 5 minutes talking about dropping the Eagles' droppings. But those are the reality of it. You got to be able to say, okay, This is what I know my team can do. This is what I know my team can't do. And this is what I'm going to take away from said team in order for me to continue to do what my team do. And the Cowboys just don't know and don't understand how to build. And that's an ongoing situation, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so the next caller I'll bring up on the stage, man. I appreciate all of y'all for tuning in and being part of these type of episodes. Let's go. Let's continue to grind and shine. The next caller, here we go. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. I got MJ, Swayze, then a 903. We'll close it
The
up.
conference has been locked.
We're going to lock it down from there. For MJ, you're live. Talk to me, man.
What up, Law? How you doing, brother?
Hey, what's good with you?
Man, I like the show. I'm just saying that, yeah, you're right. The Cowboy fan is too much into it with contracts. You guys got to, man, get out of the stupid contracts.
Yeah.
We got to stop talking about the stupid contract. And, you know, you're going to do Dak a disservice, Law, because you got to remember we had the chance, too, in 2021. We had we had 3 receivers that went for 1,000 yards.
Right.
So they did put a team together for Dak. We
Right.
just choked.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Last year, did the Eagles had 3 1,000 receiving yards, 2 for their receivers?
No.
Didn't DeAndre Swift run for 1,000 yards? Did AJ and Smitty run catch for 1,000 yards? Did Goddard went crazy?
Well, they had 1,000. They had 2,000 receivers, but the halfback
had 1,000.
So that make up for the 1,000, the other 1,000 yard receiver.
Yeah, and then Goddard. But what happened? What happened to him? Did they choke? Did they choke? Yes or no against the Bucks? Yes or no?
They didn't choke, Law. Them boys came to play. Then they had a good defense to back them up. That defense win your championship. That's how Tampa Bay won that when they beat McNabb.
And did they beat
McNabb? They beat McNabb them 17-6.
Man, you going way back. I'm talking about just the previous year. What I'm getting at, did they blow that team up?
No, they added more people.
They added more people. So after 2021, did we blow the team up or did we add more people? What did we do?
Did my man come back in 22? He didn't play in 22, huh? The receiver.
No, he was gone. You know, we blew the team up.
See, that was a hater. That was hater Jerry Jones got into their feelings with because the guy wasn't no mask. I didn't even take the test. You can't make me take no damn shot. I'm not taking that shot. So how you gonna make this man take? That's his own body. He don't believe in that stuff. So I never took the shot either.
Right.
All the other knuckleheads took that shot, and a lot of people died when they took that shot. You know, that's another story. Yeah. But anyway, the Cowboys could win. Now, like yesterday, I like what you did. That big guy. Now, this is what I do. The big guy. Okay, I'm gonna sign the little guys first. I'm gonna sign my boy Lewis back. I'm gonna sign was that number 24 back? Is he?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign him back. Then I'm gonna go sign. I like your big.
Who?
This came from San Francisco.
You talking about
Javon
Kinlaw?
He big and strong again, so I'm gonna get him, and then I'm gonna go. Guess what? The Redskins about to cut Allen. I'm gonna sign Allen. Because now, like you said, Law, you could probably get Allen now for $10 million. Give him a 2-year, $10 million deal, and then you sign this kid for $8 million deal. You know, give him like a 2-year, $8 million deal. Now, I would love to have Izzy Osa back, but I'm not paying Osa no $21 million. Osa is like a $12 million guy. He's not a $21 million guy. I'm just keeping it real. So if I lose Osa, I don't care. Because, look, there's so many cold-blooded D tackles. I'm going to draft 2 D tackles in the NFL. So now I got Allen. I got your boy from the Jets. And then I'll tell Michael Parsons, you playing linebacker, outside linebacker. I'm going to blitz you from the outside. Mm-hmm. You're not playing D end. Just on special plays, on third down. Then I might play you D end. I'm going to have you so fresh because I need you. Just I'm going to tell him, bro, when it comes time playoff, Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I hate to hurt your feelings. That's why I'm putting you by your side. Bro, you a no-show. You dead. Your legs are gone. Then you have that look in your face like Dak Prescott, and both of y'all like clowns, looking like two clowns. Y'all supposed to be my leader, and you ain't doing nothing for me. Only person showing up is number 88. You, the quarterback, and the linebacker for me, my two eyes face, supposed to be my two best players, y'all choking. So this is what I'm going to do, brother. You're going to be playing linebacker most of the year. You still going to get your 12 or 13. You might even get more sacks because I'm going to blitz you a lot. I'm going to play my DNs. Now I got the big boys in the middle. Now you ain't got to worry about that. Your mind focus.
Which game did CeeDee Lamb showed up in?
CeeDee Lamb always show up. Even when they be tripping teams.
When he get pushed in the back.
Attitude, I'm going to get another,
Like when he got pushed in the back.
Receivers, yeah. He cried like a baby. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go get that receiver for you, Law. But, Law, I'll go get that receiver for you, and your receiver do a James Washington on me. I'm going, Law, I'm going to tell you up this year. I'm writing it down. Everybody listen. Marv, MJ get to go ahead, Law. If that receiver in the first 5 games don't have at least 300 yards or 400 yards,
first 5?
I'm tearing you up, Law.
Who?
No,
What receiver?
First 5 games, that receiver's supposed to average 80 yards a game.
Who that?
All the receivers. Law, no.
What receiver?
Whatever that receiver from Arizona or the receiver from Missouri or the receiver from TCU, one of the receivers, they better have at least 300 yards in the first 5 games.
A rookie?
If they don't, Law, I'm going to tear you up.
You going to tear me up?
Law,
wait a minute.
Law, I'm finna get you. Law, I'm going to go long route. Because there's so many halfbacks. I'm not worried about no halfback. Y'all keep talking about Gentry. If we get them, good. If we don't, I'm not going to be crying because I'm going to draft 2 halfbacks that I know going to give me over 1,000 yards with this new running scheme. You know what I'm saying? And one more. Will Hernandez, that guy you say $4 million, I love that. If your boy ain't playing, if the president quit or retire, number 70, then I'm going to sign him, like you say. You got some good numbers there. If you take the $4 million, I'll give him a 2-year, $8 million deal. And have them battle out between Bass and Hoffman going back to center. Now my offensive line is stacked. Because, we got my boy, we got Big Thomas coming. Big Thomas young, 335 pounds. We got your boy 76 coming back. You see what I'm saying? But I'm going for them 2D tackles, Allen, when the Redskins cut them, Allen, and then get your boy from the Jets to go with Mozzie, and them 2 draft picks I'm going to pick for D tackles. And you see what I'm saying? Because like you say, Law, them young boys don't have no pressure. They'll come in on certain downs, and they'll be, you see what I'm saying? So I see where you're going. I'm building that defense, and I'm getting some corners, some good young corners. But I'm signing Lewis back and Bland out the way. But they should be signing Micah. Go on and get that, like you said, Law. Right now, we should, over the wire right now. Doing what you be playing, Law, when it comes about to happen. You're supposed to be playing that right now, Law. So, they signed Micah Parsons, got him out the way, and then we can get the other boy out the way. Micah Parsons, Lewis, our punt returner, our kicker, and then I'm going to even get Bland out the way. Bam.
Yeah.
And then get that tackle because you got all that money. Because they know how to money. You right, Law. No excuses. I don't want to hear it. Oh, I ain't got no, man, I don't want to hear that. No more Stephen Jones. I don't want to hear that foolishness. So go get that boy. Go get our defense some dogs in that middle. And then, let's draft, get some weapons for Dak. This is it. We're going to get Dak his weapons. Because Brandon going to tear you up with this running scheme. If we get them weapons for Dak. But I ain't worried about Dak because now he'll have a running game. I think he'll have a Pro Bowl year. I'm saying it. With the running scheme they got with the play action, I think Dak Prescott come back being the most but the kid's going to be the playoff. Can our coaches coach us to win this chip? You know what I'm saying? Because we've been having some sorry coaches. So I agree with you. I like that.
the idea you said for the Jets.
No
so we
doubt,
might be able
man.
to get him.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you
And
so
how
much,
about-
man.
How about them Cowboys and Law? I'm coming for you. If we draft the receiver in the first round and he do a James Washington.
Lord, 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 you've been blessing me. Oh, Lord, been blessing me, man. All right, so for what I gather and what I collect before I let my guy Swayze on, is that he want whoever we draft at the 12th spot, if it is a wide receiver, because my stance is there's only one word player that I would take ahead of Ashton Genty is Tet. But if we do draft Tet, he want Tet to break the single rookie season record in the first 5 games of Jamar Chase that he set in 2021 of 502 yards. He want Tet to be Jamar Chase. Yeah. Chase or Tet? Give me Chase, but I give where you're going though. But hey, Tet may can be a high impact guy, but I'm telling you, I don't think or I don't foresee the Cowboys throwing the ball all over the yard, because with the philosophy of Clayton Adams and Connor Riley and Shotty, they're gonna run the ball, all right. But if we do take that wide receiver, when he's saying that he want him to be better than Jamar Chase at the 12th spot, But if we do take, and then I think Jamar Chase ended that season with 1,204 yards or something like that. No. Single season record for all rookies is set by Puka Nacua. So it could be possible. Single season record set by all rookies. He holds the rookie single season record of 1,400 yards that was set in 2023. So it could be possible, man. Yeah. D. Ortiz, is MJ out on Justin Rogers? Yeah, we bringing him back, by the way. But neither here nor there. I got from the 908 Swayze. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
Hey, what's going on, Lord?
Not much, man.
Jay and Hurts got a ring, man. Like, I just don't get it. It's like you Dak fans, man. It's just like I just really don't get it. Now Jalen Hurts got a ring. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Jalen Hurts got a ring?
Yep, he has a ring.
Oh yeah,
He has a Super Bowl ring.
Would Geno Smith on that team get a ring?
Nah, because I don't think he was as athletic as Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was going off 60-yard runs, this year. Like, so his athleticism combined with his okay passing. Like, he's okay. He's not that great at passing, but he's very athletic and strong, which is why, the push works, because, like, he's that strong. So, football is about athleticism, too, not just, like, what's between your brain. That's what Jalen Hurts got now.
With Lamar Jackson? What about Lamar Jackson? Who would have been able to get that ring?
I think he wouldn't, for the simple fact that Lamar, he does make a lot of mistakes in the playoffs, while Jalen Hurts, it seems like even at Alabama, when he played in Alabama, it seems like, he's very clutch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, some people just have it or not. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a simple situation.
What about Josh Allen? If he was on that team, would he be able to get a ring?
Yeah, of course. Josh Allen, he's probably one of the greatest. He's probably one of the greatest quarterbacks out right now. Like, if he's on the Chiefs, he'd probably get a ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a situation where
Lamar. So Josh Allen is that much better over Lamar Jackson?
Yes. Look at the Bills. Look what the Bills is surrounding Josh Allen, and look at what the Ravens is surrounding Lamar Jackson. It's like night and day when it comes to those situations, right? So, Josh Allen, he's the offense, right? Without Josh Allen, he took that team away. They probably 8-9, 7-10. Lamar, just in general with the receiving core as well as that defense and Derrick Henry, they just have a better supporting cast.
So
which is why Josh Allen won MVP.
So from my understanding, your QBs would be Mahomes, Hurts then Allen, or Hurts? Who's better, Allen or Hurts?
It'll be Josh Allen. Josh Allen's better.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you got Mahomes, Allen, Hurts, right? Or Hurts your third best quarterback in the National Football
no,
League?
I think Hurts is the best quarterback in the NFC East right now, right? Because like he's been to the Super Bowl twice. He went off in that first Super Bowl. He had an efficient, game in this Super Bowl. Like he didn't make too many mistakes, even though he had one interception.
Based off of your analysis, so Burrows on the Eagles won't be able to win because he's not athletic for 40 and 50-yard runs, right?
No, I think Burrow will probably win because overall, even though he didn't have the athleticism, he had the elite accuracy and arm talent.
Well, Lamar
most quarterbacks don't have.
Lamar is a little bit more accurate than Burrow this past season.
Nah, the way Lamar his offense is, there's a lot of screens. It's not.
You gonna use that as a knock on Lamar because he had a better QBR and QB pass?
I'm not using it as a knock, but overall, you look at the completion percentages. A lot of those are screens.
What do you think Lamar would do with a Jamar Chase and a T. Higgins?
I think that I don't think he would do. Lamar is not that. Lamar is he's a very athletic quarterback, and I think that if you give him a clean pocket and you give him like a clean look at wide receivers, like in terms of open wide receivers, I think he could make plays that way. But his attributes, his key attributes is the way he runs the ball and the way he moves, he shifts defenses around to accommodate them watching him looking to run, right? So I think him having elite wide receivers, right, wouldn't necessarily change his overall game where all of a sudden he's passed for $4,500 or $5,000. When he's hold on for 1 second, I'm sorry.
No doubt.
Give me 1 second.
No doubt.
Yeah, so when these type of situations, overall, I do think that in terms of those two wide receivers, I don't think it'd be much of a difference in Lamar Jackson's play.
You think C.J. Stroud, if healthy, he was on the Eagles, would they have been able to win?
No, because if you look at C.J. Stroud's game, C.J. Stroud is more of a pocket passer, to be honest with you. Even though he has the athletic ability, he's more of a pocket passer. So I think with that overall, with Kellen Moore and the way he ran it right toward Jalen Hurts' attributes and the way he plays the game. I think overall, Jalen Hurts is playing what I wanted Dak Prescott, how I wanted Dak Prescott to play 5-6 years ago. Hold on for 1 second. I'm sorry.
No,
I gotta go.
You got nope. Oh my God. Yeah, Swayze, appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, man.
Please come home.
What we got?
I got beans and bologna.
Yeah. All right, man. It was a pleasure, man. Oh my gosh, man. And I don't know, man. It goes back to, I'm not taking away nothing of that conversation to dismiss a MVP Super Bowl winning quarterback, right? I'm not taking that away from my guy, Jalen Hurts, he won, on the receiving end of that, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in and being part of this. Yes, indeed, Angie, appreciate you. He drinking. But Yeah, that's yeah.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
No doubt, man. It's good. It's a beautiful system, man, to be in, and shout out to the #1 defense in the National Football League, right? And shout out to a team that had Saquon Barkley that forces people 8, 9 men in the box, whereas you had one-on-ones to the outside. And safeties can cheat to one side and get burned for another. You had AJ, shout out to him, shout out to the Mississippi boys, to be able to galvanize that and be one-on-one. He had a guy so small on him, man, and you can just close your eyes and throw the ball to him, you know. So I don't know, man. The whole argument of Dak Prescott versus Jalen Hurts, it's a moot point right now. It's hard to even frame that argument because we can look back on the Cowboys since 2016 and we never been rewarded or awarded the #1 defense. We never been that particular style and caliber of team. And we never had from year to year, back to back, 2 of those type and kinds of caliber of wide receivers of a Smitty and an AJ. And this sounds like a bevies of excuses. I get it. Pam Dunbar would say, thank you so much for the $5 Cash App. I really appreciate you, Pam, for your support. And Sally Lawyer, thank you for your Cash App as well. If y'all want to join the party on the Cash App side, just hit that link right there and support the nation. And I get it. People will say, yeah, we had that team. Like MJ said, we had that team, Law. We had that team in 2021. CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper played 9 games together. Not 10, not 11, not 12, not 13, not 14, not 15. They played 9 games together. And the expectations with those 9 games, we supposed to win the Super Bowl. The Cowboys drafted 1 running back in the last 5 seasons, and his name is Deuce Vaughn. He's 5'5". If you are taller than Deuce Vaughn in the chat, put a 1 in the chat. Just put a 1 in the chat. And the expectations for us to win the Super Bowl is still prevalent. You know, it's still relevant to all of what I've been saying too. You know. Yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you taller than 5'5", you know. 9 games doesn't make a season. Don't even make a season. That's how many games they played together. And then they had all the weapons for 9 games. Wow. Everybody, look, come on, man. You know. All of y'all taller than Deuce Vaughn? Boy, all of y'all taller than all y'all Gina, you taller than 5'5". Ooh, way. Oh my goodness, man. Andrews, okay, you 5'5". Put them heels on, girl. You know. Yeah, Gerald, he said he's 6'5" in the house, you know. So it is for what it is, you know. Law is Nate Pete drafted or undrafted? He's undrafted. Yeah, he's undrafted, you know. Boy, y'all looking up the info. Y'all like, damn, Law is right. In the last 5 years, you know. And Tony Pollard was drafted in 2019. Right? He didn't get his full tick of play until 2022. I think that really hurt us by him hurting himself in that postseason game. Yeah, that really hurt us though. You know, Sister Saul, he's 5'2". You put them heels on, you mess him up, won't you? But I'm not beating him up. It is what it is, Cowboy Nation. But the expectations for the Cowboys to win every season is crazy. For example, Dak Prescott contract is $240 million. Collectively. Hurts contract is $255 million. Is that more or less? Because I know we can look at the guarantees money and say, oh, yeah, Dak got a little bit more guarantees. But y'all get caught up so much on the APY. If you pay the player earlier, guess what? You get them at that lower APY. And you don't have to pay 32% of your cap if you wait late. If you pay early, you don't have to pay 32% of that cap. Suave D.
_D $5. Who played together for 9 games? I missed what you said.
Oh, yeah. Write this down. Amari Cooper and CD Lamb. They only played on the same field, a blade of grass together for 9 games. For 9 games. You know, that's Suave D. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. It's not enough, man. It's not a sample size. Granted, I would love for the Cowboys to run it back in 2022. But what's more remarkable is for the Cowboys to go 3 consecutive years with 3 different teams. Complete 3 different teams. It's crazy. Yep, Law, people forget that he got paid 1 year early on his rookie deal. That's just team building, man. You can't outbeat smart philosophies and smart ways, man. And they got it. They won, you know, and they've been into it twice. Hurts could have been a 2-time Super Bowl champ if it wasn't for Kadarius Toney. All right. Or Nick Bolton scooping up a fumble scoop or what have you. That's how crazy it is, a crazy world we live in. Like I said before, Cowboy Nation, it takes a complete team, not an individual. We have been 30 years, 30 seasons in this drought for a reason. None of our players been here for 30 years. None of our players or coaches, for the majority of it, been here for 30 years. But there's a thing that we always have to look up, a common denominator. I can hear people say, hey, the excuses that the Cowboys are putting out there, unbelievable. There's winners, and then there are losers. Then I got a super chat. Let's pause for that.
Rodney Smith, $20. Law, my top 8 FA for the Cowboys to target. 1. Javon Kinlaw, DT. 2. Nick Chubb, RB. 3. Dre Greenlaw, ILB. 4. Linval Joseph, D.
Jamie and Sherwood, Will Hernandez, Van Jefferson, and Folly, in fact, took his, how you say that man's name? Appreciate you for that, Rodney. I tell you what, the miscalculations of funds, I had people to spit upon and to mock and to ridicule my points and my take on Nick Chubb. And I'm glad that you got him on the list. So many people, when they took my assessment of Nick Chubb, they said, well, Law, he's injury prone. The man got 2 bad knees. Patrick Ewing, the man is terrible. They dismissed what I said. All I said was, you bring him in for a low risk, high reward. He can be everything or he can be nothing. But the only thing that you're losing is $3 million. Those who's watching, what is $3 million to a team that had $5.2 million that was pretty much spent upon and used upon on Trey Lance? What if I told you that with that $3 million, that's the absence of a Andre Booth, who they paid $1.2 million, and a Malik Davis, who they paid $1 million. And let's throw in someone else. And Earl Bostic, that's making $1 million. Are those guys too valuable to take the risk on a Nick Chubb? Yeah. Or Zeke's salary? Come on, man. So why y'all gonna beat me up, man? Well, saying we should go out there and get a Nick Chubb, man. Cowboy fans, boy, y'all finding and falling right into the traps of the Joneses. Right? What I'm saying is low risk, high reward. You can't be in this comfort zone. I guarantee you, if I had the time to go back and pull up those same comments when we said the same or similar things about a Saquon Barkley, there'll be a whole heap of guys saying, hey, he's injury prone, man. We don't want no Saquon Barkley here. And he goes to the Eagles. And the man is still running. Yeah. Man is still running over there. But neither here nor there, ladies and gentlemen. Believe what you want to believe. But I'm going to tell you, the reality of it is that the Cowboys must, M-U-S-T, don't put the Y on there, dance around in free agency. They must do that. They must take the risk. And we ain't talking about a James Washington. No. We're talking about a real tangible stuff. But neither here nor there, Cowboy Nation. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night to give up your time and your peace and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything taut and cheap, life itself seems empty, and it will, and useless, and it will, without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it. If you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind. If you will simply, ladies and gentlemen, go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, in either cold or poverty or the famish of fame, or the sickness of the body or brain, can turn you away from the thing you want if dogged and grim and besieged and beset. With the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation, everyone that's listening, you will get it. Yeah, let's go, baby. Mama said there'll be days, literally, just like this. Come on with it.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
We was once two brothers of the same kind.
Tell them run it off.
Quick to holler at her. Angie with the same line, baby. What's good?
I wake up, flex.
Shout out to y'all. If we offended anyone, charge it to my beard, not my heart. Eric, appreciate you. Shout out to you, Jade, Lombardi, Chanel, appreciate you. Gracia, appreciate you, man. Brandy, Quentin D. Ortiz. Suave. Rodney. Come on.
Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies.
Shout out to you, Sally Lawyer. Appreciate you. Come on with it.
I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice, and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
Law Nation, baby.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check, no drip.
Shout out to you, Pam.
Tell them run it up.
Come on with
no
it.
sleep, no rest. Might crash,
Insecure
might
champs lurking. Yeah. Come on.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No
Come on.
drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might.
But first, come on.
Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry.
Come
Those
on with
London
it.
boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself there getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games.
Come on with it, baby.
Decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change.
Come on now.
I'm on the come up, better
TC
live up to
on
my
the
name.
drums. Come on.
I wake up, flex, I'm down that check. No drip, this. Tell them run it up.
Come on.
No sleep, no rest.
Yeah.
Might crash, might. But first I
If you didn't hit that like button.
I wake up, flex, I'm down that check. No drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest.
My guy Eric. All right. Shout out to Eric, man. Tonight, there's no final word that I'm going to be on. Shout out to my guys on the final word. I got to fight these guys on the Super Friends show. So it will be me, Bad Dog, and as well as Louis T. and the winner, Bird Dinner, Lord Bronson. I'm about to say Louis Bronson. Lord, I messed up that man's name. Louis Bronson is diabolical, right? But it'll be me and Lord Bronson and Bad Dog and as well as Louis T. We're going to give him his flowers or what have you, but it is for what it is. Also, Cowboys Collective is going to be airing right before that show. So I got a long journey ahead of me today, and I appreciate y'all. So I need all of you guys to support, jump on in, and cheer up Louis T, man, because last episode he was hurt, man, and I feel his pain. But they all still looking up, right? They all still looking up, even though you got to blow all goddamn trophies, but it's all good. They still trying to be where we at, right? What we tell them? Street lights hit you. Don't let the street lights hit you. I'll be on. What she do? Follow wherever you go, wherever you do.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I've ever heard.
Let's go, man! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I cannot believe it! Emotional damage!
What we tell them? Don't let the street lights. dangerous.
To go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Could I be home? Play it tune.
I follow.
Wherever you go,
Whatever you do, play it tune. Come on, sing with us, baby. And remember, sounds of soft souls and hits and oldies.
forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a baby
Get it, little man. Get it. Get it.
fly on, fly on.
Dance. Dance.
Fly on.
To everyone who didn't hit that like button, man.
Lately I just wanna run it up. Kinda check or something. I've been really in the feel letter, yeah. I've been really in the feel, lot of rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah, yeah. I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clothes. Yeah, yeah. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. Yeah, I've been really in the field. Love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Kinda check a song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Give me my thing, you.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
The longest outro in the land, brought to you by Law Nation Sports and Jerry Jones Prison Suit. All right, y'all. Let me get on. I ain't gonna play no more songs, man. Let me get on up out of here. All right. Peace. I'll go marathon law real quickly, but I gotta go. Peace. Jerry Jones.
Dread it.
Jerry!
Run from it. Destiny arrives all the same.
Don't he look like Hannibal in that suit?
Now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
Look at Jerry, man. I got him on the line.
Get your damn act together. Don't like your attitude.